You could be hosting a stomach infection right now, and not even know it. H. pylori infects over half the world's population, and here's the terrifying part: most people carry it for 10, 20, even 30 years with zero symptoms, while it quietly eats away at their stomach lining. But your body does drop hints. Small, easy-to-ignore signals that most people brush off as just stress or something I ate. Today we're counting down the 9 warning signs your stomach might be sending you right now, starting with the subtle ones almost everyone dismisses, and ending with the symptom that means you need to see a doctor immediately. If you've been dealing with unexplained stomach issues, don't skip this. Number 1 could genuinely be a medical emergency. Quick refresher. H. pylori is a corkscrew-shaped bacteria that burrows into your stomach's protective lining. Once it's in, it triggers inflammation called gastritis, which can progress to ulcers, and in rare cases, stomach cancer. The problem is, your stomach doesn't have many ways to say, something's wrong. So the same handful of symptoms show up again and again, which means they're easy to confuse with everyday indigestion. Here's what to actually watch for, counting down from number 9. Number 9. Excessive burping and bloating. If you're burping far more than usual, or your stomach feels tight and swollen after eating even small meals, that's often one of the earliest signs of H. pylori-related inflammation. The bacteria disrupts normal digestion and stomach acid production, causing gas to build up. Most people write this off as just my digestion, but if it's persistent, day after day, it's worth paying attention to. Number 8. Unexplained loss of appetite. H. pylori inflammation can interfere with the hormones that regulate hunger, and it can also make eating physically uncomfortable. If you've noticed you're just not hungry the way you used to be, with no diet change, no stress explanation, nothing obvious, this is a common but overlooked symptom. Number 7. Feeling full after eating very little. This one's called early satiety, and it's a classic sign of stomach inflammation. You sit down for a normal-sized meal, eat a few bites, and suddenly feel stuffed, like your stomach physically can't hold what it used to. This happens because inflamed stomach tissue doesn't stretch and empty the way healthy tissue does. If this is happening regularly, it's a strong signal something's going on beneath the surface. Number 6. Recurring nausea. Not the kind of nausea from a bad meal or motion sickness. This is a low-grade, lingering queasiness that shows up repeatedly, sometimes worse in the morning or on an empty stomach. It's one of the most commonly reported H. pylori symptoms, and one of the most commonly misdiagnosed as anxiety or a sensitive stomach. Number 5. Persistent heartburn. Here's something counterintuitive. H. pylori can actually cause your stomach to either overproduce or underproduce acid, depending on where the infection is concentrated. Either way, the result is often the same: a burning sensation in your chest or throat, especially after eating or lying down. If you've been reaching for antacids more than once a week, that's not normal, and it's worth investigating why. Number 4. Gnawing or burning abdominal pain. This is the symptom most people associate with ulcers, a dull, burning ache in the upper stomach, often striking between meals or in the middle of the night when your stomach is empty. Eating or taking antacids sometimes temporarily relieves it, which is a telltale clue. If this pain comes and goes over weeks or months, it's one of the clearest signs that H. pylori may have already caused an ulcer. Quick heads up. Number 1 on this list is a symptom you should never ignore, so keep watching. Number 3. Losing weight without trying. Between the loss of appetite, early fullness, and general digestive discomfort, many people with H. pylori unknowingly eat less over time, and the weight comes off without any diet or exercise changes. This is your body's way of telling you it's struggling to process food normally. If you've dropped a noticeable amount of weight without changing your habits, this combined with any of the other symptoms on this list is a strong reason to get checked. Number 2. Unexplained fatigue, weakness, or paleness. This one surprises people because it doesn't feel like a stomach symptom at all. Chronic H. pylori infection in the ulcers it can cause sometimes lead to slow, ongoing blood loss in the digestive tract too gradual to notice directly, but enough over time to cause iron deficiency anemia. The result is persistent tiredness, weakness, dizziness, or looking noticeably pale, even when you're sleeping enough. If you've had unexplained fatigue alongside stomach issues, this connection is often missed by doctors who aren't specifically testing for it. Number 1. Dark stools or vomiting blood. And the number 1 symptom that means you need medical attention immediately? Dark, black, tarry stools, or vomiting blood, which can sometimes look like coffee grounds. This is a sign of internal bleeding, usually from an ulcer that's eaten through a blood vessel in the stomach lining. It is not something to wait out or Google your way through. If this happens, it's considered a medical emergency, and you should seek care right away. This is the symptom that separates, "I should probably get this checked eventually," from, "I need to go to a doctor today." Everything else on this list can build gradually over months or years, but this one means the infection has already caused significant damage. Important reminder. Here's the part that makes H. pylori so sneaky. Most infected people experience none of these symptoms for years, sometimes decades. The infection can sit silently, and the first sign is sometimes an ulcer discovered during an unrelated checkup. That's why doctors don't recommend waiting for symptoms if you have risk factors, a family history of the infection, stomach cancer in your family, or you grew up in a household or region with higher infection rates. Testing is simple. A breath test, blood test, or stool test can confirm it in a single visit. So there you have it, the 9 warning signs your stomach might be dealing with H. pylori, from subtle bloating all the way up to the emergency sign you should never ignore. If any of these have sounded familiar, don't self-diagnose off a YouTube video, go get tested. It's quick, it's simple, and catching this early can prevent years of damage. If this video helped you, do me a favor and share it with someone who's been dealing with unexplained stomach issues. You might genuinely be the reason someone finally gets checked out. Stay curious, keep exploring this channel, and remember to take care of yourself. Until next time, stay healthy. In the journey of life, every experience teaches us something new. Let that curiosity fuel your adventures, and may your health always be a priority. Embrace each moment, and I look forward to connecting again soon in the next video.